Hello everyone, this is my presentation on Minecraft mob pathing. I'll be going over the algorithms of how mobs move and how you can use that to your advantage. For generic information, mobs are either passive, neutral, or hostile, and they all move using the Minecraft's weighted A-star algorithm and AI goals and priorities for each specific mob. If there's no specific goal for a mob in its current position, it will enter wandering mode within a 32 block radius. So it will just walk around in a 32 block radius each 7 seconds and find new different areas to walk to possibly find a new goal. And once that goal is found, it will take the lowest penalty score path to get there. So for a zombie, if there's lava in front of it and there's water in front of it and you are behind that and it wants to get to you, it's going to go over the water, over the lava, because the lava costs more malice points than the water. I have more examples for that later. If there's no valid path found, then the mob will just sit still and not do anything. Mobs can only wander on full blocks, so no stairs or slabs. Each path, there are different pathfinding types for different types of mobs. So there's land, water, and air, and they all kind of fall under the same umbrella of they wander until they find a goal, and they do that goal, and they start wandering again. But it's a little different for water because if they're most entities will bounce on the surface of water because they prefer land, and the penalties of water traversing it um, makes them bounce on top of it instead of swimming through it. Um, Besides, obviously, fish and drowned. Drowned are zombies that have been underwater too long. But for pathfinding in air, it's a little different because um, they usually pathfind quicker in air since when they're flying in air, they're never really in a static state, so they're wandering a lot faster than other mobs. So they'll find their goals a lot quicker, like bats. If you ever play Minecraft, bats fly around like very fast. Here's the Minecraft pathfinding cheat sheet. This is super helpful for trying to decipher which path the mob is going to take. One block, one regular block just costs one malice point. If you're walking diagonally between blocks, it's 1.41 malice points. If you walk on honey blocks, on water blocks, or next to water blocks, all those are 8 malice points. Walking next to cacti and sweet berries is 8 malice points, but walking into them is impassable for all mobs. Um, and same with powdered snow. But when walking around powdered snow, it does not cost extra malice points. For fire blocks, though, passive mobs cannot walk through them at all. So villagers cannot walk through fire, lava, campfires, cauldrons, cauldrons filled with lava, magma blocks, but they can't walk next to them. But it's 16 malice points. For hostile mobs, though, like zombies, they can walk through fire blocks at a cost of 16 malice points, but they can only walk around fire blocks for 8 malice points. And I will prove that in the good old game itself. So right here we have a path, 4 paths to a goal. The villager will spawn on the redstone block, and he has to make his way to the goal using the lowest penalty score path. You can guess which path he can take, or which path he's going to take. Um, you probably don't care because you're doing this for finals, which I totally get. So I'm going to spawn him, and you'll see which way he goes. So the villager took the left path. That's because the left path has the lowest penalty score. So the left path has a score of 69.82 malice points. The middle is impassable because passive mobs cannot walk through fire. The right path is got a malice score of 70.28, so just slightly more than the left path. And the far right path, it has a malice score of 90.82. Hey, look at that, a flower bloomed. Um, so if this path was not here, he would have taken the middle right and then the right path. But he took the lowest score, so it was the left path. Now this exercise is basically putting a villager in like decision paralysis. So this is like how you can use different methods to control mobs in certain ways. So there is a goal right here, and there's a path that's super long to get to the goal. But there's one block that's not taken on this path, which would be a lot shorter if I was to spawn him here. And if I was to press the button and put that block there, he would constantly be in decision making. So if I place him right here, then press the button, he's gonna walk over there, try and get it, figure out he can't, and then I can just constantly, you know, this is kind of rude, but I mean, it's funny. But that's basically how it works. And then he'll eventually, you know, take the last, the long route and get his job. But it's just a little decision-making exercise you can do with villagers. Now this one, you can, you know, guess again if you want. But there's a straight path which is shorter, but has fire blocks next to it. And there's a longer path that has honey blocks on it. You can guess which one's the villager's gonna take, but I'll just spawn him in right now. So the villager took the long path because from the cheat sheet, fire blocks cost 16 when you walk next to them if you're a passive mob. So in total, it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 16 plus 16, so 37 in total. Now this side, since there's diagonals, there's going to be decimals, but it roughly comes out to about 35.2, so it's just slightly under the other more direct path. And this is just, you know, proving that villagers, you know, make their path with the lowest penalty score possible. So I will go back into the I thought PowerPoint. Hold on. Right. Alright. Not trying to redo this all right now, folks. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Okay. We're back. So this is the A-star algorithm in effect on the left. It's a video. I'll play it soon. But basically the equation is the amount of blocks, which is G, to the H, which H is the direct path it is to the goal. So like, if I play the video, this line, this yellow and white line, is the direct path to the goal, but then using G, it's figuring out which blocks is the shortest path to that goal, and once it figures that out, the mob will move over to that goal. So, shown in the video, the weighted A-star, which is Minecraft's algorithm, is a lot more efficient than the standard A-star, because the standard A-star accounts for every possible scenario to walk around. So it takes a lot longer to finally, you know, start walking. So it's a lot better to use weighted A-star in Minecraft, because you want these mobs and characters to have this lifelike feel that, you know, they're ready to go, they're easily movable, like they don't take forever to do things. And I feel like that would kill the vibe if a villager took 30 seconds to go walk somewhere, if you know what I mean. But that's how A-star works in general. And how you can use this to your advantage. So on the right is a GIF of how you can use this to your advantage with pigs. Since the pig is set on fire immediately, it takes away any wandering or any other goal, and its immediate goal is to find water. But since the water is above where the pig can reach, it falls off. And you can make this into like a farm, basically. You can farm your pigs like this. It's kind of brutal, but this is a way you can use pathfinding to your advantage to get cooked pork chop if you really wanted to, or just an XP farm for enchanting books. But it's It's interesting. Um, yeah, you can use it to your advantage if you want. Um, for simple mobs like cows, pigs, and everything, they fall under a control category. So there's control and brain category. And brain is like villagers because they have multiple different steps. Like they have goals to get a job, to sleep, to go to meetings, while pigs, cows, and all them, and sheep, they don't do anything but wander. So they're in the control category. And with that, they prefer um, blocks with blocks under them. So as you can see in the little GIF right here, the pigs slowly traverse up to the top where there's the most blocks under them, and that's simply because there are more targets on that plot of land. So like you could say there's one target over here, three targets here, 5, 8, 9, 11, 15. It's more probable that they land under the 15 targets than the, let's say, 3 targets down here. So that's why they slowly traverse up top. But you can use this to your advantage, like if it doesn't have to be pigs, it could be like slimes or something. If they want to traverse 2 blocks with higher target count, you can use that as a way to like trap them. Like as they just regularly spawn, they will just gravitate towards the tall blocks, and you can trap them, use them for resources, anything you want in that regard. And that's how you can manipulate villagers and basically every mob, besides like the Wither and the Ender Dragon, because you can't really. But yeah. And here's a fun fact for any Minecraft players that play at all. There's a Minecraft YouTuber Dream. He's like very big, 33.2 million followers. I don't watch him, but he reached out to Dr. Kathy to hire him to defend him against allegations of him uh, messing with code in the game for a speed run. And turns out, good thing Dr. Kathy didn't take it because he was manipulating the game and his odds. But I just find it crazy that this guy with 33.2 million followers went to Dr. Kathy for this. It's a pretty cool. It's just like, small world kind of thing. But yeah, that is the end. I hope you slightly enjoyed it. And I hope you have a good rest of your finals and everything.